Welcome back to McNulty's Book Corral. Today is a special Halloween episode since it's October, which is always a fun month to look at different types of scary books. Today the topic is Boris Karloff, however. Boris Karloff, one of my favorite actors from the golden age of Hollywood. His depiction of the Frankenstein monster is absolutely brilliant. And we're going to be talking about some books that have his name on them. From the standpoint of a book collector. So I bought this book. This is a biography of Karloff. It's called The Fascinating Life and Work of Boris Karloff, Horror Man, by Peter Underwood. And this is the actual edition I bought in the early 70s. I believe this book is copyrighted 72. And yes, and I purchased it at Larry Edmunds' bookshop in Hollywood that year. $6.95 is what I paid for this. This is the UK edition, and I believe it was re-released under a slightly different title. And Peter Underwood, who looks like this, did many such books as this, and this is a general overview of his life with information based on his life at the time that was available, which was quite a lot. It's a good, non-critical overview of his work. It's basically just a chronological narrative of his life, which works well enough. I have never read any other Karloff biography, and there are so many out there. It's just, I don't know, there's just too much. This is the only one I've read. This is the only one I really think I need. I don't need any more than that. I think it's a good book. It's out there somewhere if you're looking for this type of thing. There are so many books on Karloff. His biographies. Again, I can only recommend this because this is all I've read. Again, I don't need anything else. It has the usual photos and everything like that. This is not a critical biography by any means. It's not digging into gossip and dirt and any of that. It's just a straightforward narrative, chronology of his life in narrative form. Good book, Karloff, one of my favorites. Now I have two really interesting books. We have two books that were published in 1963. The first is Boris Karloff Presents Tales of the Frightened. This is the reprint issue from later on. And Michael Avalon wrote this. This is a collection of stories that Michael Avalon wrote. And real quick here, I wanted to confirm my notes. Michael Avalon, 1924-1999. He is well known as a writer of movie and TV tie-ins. I have, in other potboilers, I have quite a few of his books here and there that he wrote. These short stories are like 2.5 pages long. They're extremely short. And let's take a look here. Karloff does the introduction with his signature here, and it's just really, it was a branding initiative to make money, and the Lyle Kenyon Engel, some of you old timers may remember him from the publishing industry, was the type of guy that would put out these books, and this first one sold for 95 cents. And this is the 73 edition. It was originally published in 63. So this is 10 years later. There are 26 stories in here with titles like Voice from the Grave, The Barking Dog, Defilers of the Tombs, Terror in the Window, Tom, Dick, and Horror. Michael Avalon was a good writer. Again, these are extremely short. Okay, so here is Voice from the Grave, which starts here, and then when you turn the page, it ends there. There's nothing to them. They read like flash fiction, but if you're interested in this type of thing, they're good enough. They're entertaining for Halloween. Very short little things. The paperback is 124 pages. Look at how thin this is. And this is the first one. Michael Avalon did the first one. And none other than Robert Laurie did Boris Karloff Presents More Tales of the Frightened from 1963 or 4. And it's about the same length. This was 75. So it was a little bit later to, Karloff was gone by then, but still, they were jumping on the bandwagon. Same thing with Robert Laurie. I've talked about Robert Laurie before. He is best known as the author of the now famous Dracula series, the 9 books, I think. And I'm going to be doing an episode on that probably next. Robert Laurie, as I've reported before, his Wikipedia page is outdated. He died in 2020. He was born in 1936. He died in 2020. I did an interview with him via email quite a number of years ago. I'm going to resurrect that, I think, somehow, and put that out here. But he is gone, for those of you that think he's still alive, because his Wikipedia page lists him as living. His son posted that he had passed on Robert Laurie's own Facebook page, and it has the date of his passing there in 2020. So Robert Laurie is gone. I was going to do a tribute to Robert Laurie. I will do the Dracula episode, I think, next. And in the meantime, we have stories in here that he wrote. Blood Will Tell, There's Something in the Soup, Keeper of the Vault, Put on a Deadly Face, Blood Money, Dark Secret, and so forth. 2 pages. 3 at the most. Another slender collector's item for you Boris Karloff fans out there. Check these out, huh? Now, this is these also have different covers than the original cover. It was actually a little better. These are the only editions I have. I wouldn't put a lot of money in investing in these. They're good, but they're not great. Again, this reads like flash fiction, but Boris Karloff is always on my mind in Halloween, you know. I usually watch the entire Frankenstein trilogy. The first 3 Frankenstein films, where he played the monster, are the best. The others are okay. I do like The Ghost of Frankenstein with Lon Chaney. And then his stuff he did with Bela Lugosi's, I believe that's available in a box set on Blu-ray. I think I have that. Really fun performances, creepy movies for Halloween. Much more interesting to watch these old movies with Karloff than it is to watch most of the garbage horror films out there today. I just don't feel that there's any quality. It's all splatterpunk gore, and there's no true character studies. There's no personifications of evil. There's no hammy acting. There's no cool gothic looking sets. That Universal did it better than anybody, although Hammer films are pretty good too. So anyways, a little bit of Boris Karloff for this short little episode for Halloween. If you get a chance, Peter Underwood's Horror Man from 72 is out there, and then the 2 Michael Avalon and Robert Laurie flash fiction short stories, quick reads for Halloween. Finally, I wanted to say,
stay well, stay happy, feed your brain, read a book.